Hey guys, so I wanted to just record one last video before the exam came up. Um, and I think this is a problem that I said I was going to do in class, but didn't really get around to it. This is on the packet that I gave out on October 22nd called Review Problems Unit 2. But even if you don't have it, I can kind of summarize it so you can still get a really good sense of what's going on. So imagine you're given this histogram and they tell you that these are maybe scores on a test, and imagine that you don't have these numbers here, right? So you just see these bars and there's nothing labeled on the y-axis. All you're given are these histograms, and let's assume, let me in fact just erase these numbers, because these numbers actually won't be given to you. I'll write them in as I make the video. So let me erase this 5, erase the 10, erase the 30, erase the 40, erase the 10, and erase the 5. Okay. So we have 100 test scores here, and their question is for us to find the standard deviation. Now this looks like an impossible question, right? I know nothing about the frequency. I know nothing about how to find standard deviation by hand. Like, this is very worrisome. In fact, when I saw this question, I was like, oh boy, this is not good. But then I realized that they told me that I have 100 test scores here. I know I have 100 test scores. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to estimate how many test scores are in each block. So I'm going to say, well, it looks like there's about the same amount of test scores from 40 to 50 as from 90 to 100. So I'll just predict, again, I don't know this for a fact, I'm going to predict that there are 5 test scores here and 5 test scores here. And from 50 to 60, there's more than 40 to 50, and it's about equal to 80 to 90, so I'll say about 10 test scores here. Again, I don't know for sure, I'm just estimating, but estimation is fine. Remember, we don't need to be super exact about it. Now, okay, how many test scores have I used up? 5 plus 10 is 15, 25, 30. So I've got 70 tests left that must be in these two ranges. So I'll break it down. I'll say there's about 30 here and about 40 here. So now I have approximately the frequencies of each test score. This is where I'm going to go to my calculator. And I'm going to say in list 1, or in the spreadsheet, column 1, I'm going to put 45, halfway between 40 and 50, 55, 65, 75, and so on. And then in list 2, I'm going to put the frequency. So there's 5 of these, about 10 of these, 30 of these, 40 of these, dot, dot, dot. So this is the score and frequency. Then this just goes into my list. List 1, list 2, or column X, column Y, if you have the Inspire. And then this is where we go menu, right, statistics on the Inspire, and 1 var, stats, right? And then for the TI-8384, of course, there are other calculator steps, but the key is getting the 1 var statistics and make this the data and this the frequency, and then you will be able to find the standard deviation on your calculator. Just like we were doing when we had the random variables and we said, like, the probability of this is 0.1 or 0.2, and we put all this in our calculator and then let the calculator find the standard deviation. It's the same process. We estimate the frequency, and then we say, well, this bar is really 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. We put in the frequencies, and then we go to our calculator, and that will give us the right answer. Let me zoom out. This is how you attack this problem. It is very doable if you just, take the estimation. So the estimation is key. The estimation is key.